Yeah, just talked about, getting back to our man-to-man. Obviously, to start the game, their star, was getting clean looks and getting shots within rhythm without us disrupting him at all. Um, why that's happening is kind of a mystery. Uh, every team we've had. I mean, I can't think of a team, whether it's G League, NBA, um, at Nevada, Arkansas. I mean, we've done such a good job of guarding star players. And right now, up until the second half, which is great. I mean, if he would have gone off in the second half, at least we have something to build on, talk about, and show. Because I did think we understood that that if Dozier 0-0 kept going at his pace, we weren't going to win the game because of the shooting percentage, because of the clean looks, because of the open threes. So, we went small. I thought that helped us defensively switch some things, but I also thought Josh was phenomenal inside. I mean, he plays 20 minutes and has 18 points and 6 rebounds and 2 assists. I mean, he played really good basketball. We just got to figure out what and who we are defensively. Yeah, I thought Desmond again going, the exhibition game at Gonzaga against Gonzaga in Palm Springs. He was really good. I thought, a couple games now, it's probably the third out of our competition games that he's been a closer and which kind of spread the floor. And he does such a great job of getting to the basket and contorting his body to draw fouls, but also try to finish plays. He's not just throwing the ball up and flopping into people's body. He's trying to finish while he does it. And he's still a young player developing so much of his game, but certainly, in the second half, we felt like we needed him to have the ball in his hands a little bit more, especially when they went man to man. Clark was great just from an energy standpoint. I thought, if you had to pick one play that happened from a momentum standpoint, it was the steal. It got a little bit of the crowd involved somewhat. And so that was a big play. I know our bench had a lot of energy after that steal, and he's an offensive threat out there, although he only went 1 of 4 tonight. But he's a guy that eventually shots will fall and he'll stretch the offense even more for us. Yeah, and it was we just weren't guarding. That's it's not one guy's fault. But we wanted to play a little smaller and try to get some more transition. And obviously we scored 6 more points in the second half, and I thought our pace of play was a little bit more what we want. Scoring 43, I thought the 37 was just too slow a pace for us overall. Well, their zone is unique because they reach a lot. When you get the ball in the middle, they collapse and they're super aggressive. We just had way too many passes deflected. That was an issue. And Saint's done a great job taking care of the ball, but the 6 turnovers tonight that's a lot of turnovers. For one player when our team only had 13. So I thought, Buzo had some passes deflected, and against a team like that, you got to fake a pass to make a pass, and credit to them. I mean, they looked the Grambling team. If you watch the Ole Miss game, Ole Miss has been ranked. Ole Miss is an unbelievable team with a lot of returners, and that was a 2-point game. And Florida's size was probably just too much when they played Florida. But this is their 3rd game against high level Power 5, and they're super scrappy. They're very, very well coached. They know their roles. They got returning players off 20+ win teams. So they're a team that would not be surprised if they're not champions of their league and represent their league in the NCAA tournament. And they play hard. Yeah, I mean, I think that every game kind of takes on its own identity. Clark's willingness to stay ready is super important, and then we got to just see the matchups on You can watch all the film you want, and in reality, you never know how big a player is. You never know how quick he is laterally until you actually see him live, and that's why adjustments are super important at halftime. Um, that's why adjustments in timeouts, I think, can help or hurt a team. Um, so I don't really know. Like Wes didn't play that much, and Wes has been one of our better scorers, and um, we're still trying to figure out who we are. Yeah, and I think for sure, but I also think that there's some things offensively. Although we had a high number of passes in the first half, it was well over 100. I think it was like 123. We ended up over 200, which is always a good barometer. You hardly ever lose when you get over 200 in the way that we play, at least. So I think the unselfishness. I mean, we had 17 assists the other night. We had a high. So I think they're trying offensively to share the ball. But certainly defensively, I mean, we need to play defense like we did in the second half. We need to carry that over. St. Mary's is a pretty tough team from a defensive standpoint because I've been around the guy. Like they know every read on how you play pick and rolls. They're programmed. I mean, these guys are a machine offensively. How they execute from an offensive standpoint. So, and they really know their roles. Again, in my opinion, they're as well coached as anybody in the country. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for playing on a holiday is to stay focused. We have a job to do. Playing in the NBA, whether it's Christmas, teams have to play on Christmas or Thanksgiving, or it's we got to play. Um, hopefully some of the guys have some family members there, and you can spend a little bit of time. I know my wife's here, going to be there, and my daughter and my sister-in-law, my mom. So I think it's important that you spend a little bit of time, but we have back-to-back games, and so staying healthy, getting rehab right now, Monday, Tuesday, taking the bus over there on Tuesday night after class, all that stuff is super important on back-to-back games. And then the tournament's your last sort of non-conference stuff. What are you guys kind of focusing on those games, I guess, before you? Yeah, I mean, we felt like we should have, had different results against Cal. Super disappointed about that. We could have finished the homestand the way that, the way that the goal was. We slipped up in that game. So now we gotta go play well, in my opinion, for two games, and all three teams are really good that we could potentially play. We have to worry about St. Mary's first, um, and they're gonna, their metrics is gonna. I mean, they're an NCAA tournament team. We're only however many games in, but they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. I mean, I can tell you right now that they are. Um, Arizona State's played well. New Mexico's played really well too. So I mean, it's a tough tournament, and that's what you want. You want to challenge your team. It's time for us to go play these type of games. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't really feel like I ever lost it really. Like I always knew I was gonna make shots. But I had a little bit of slump for sure, so it's good to just, perform. Felt great. We got the win. This team's fighting. Like he just said, Buzo's been struggling, but we've also been in the film room finding ways to get Buzo open, easier shots. We gotta, like, as a team, we're growing. Like tonight, it's a good win. We just got to move on. That team's gonna win their conference. I give them a ton of credit. They played hard. And yeah, we just got to keep moving on. That's it. Wins are wins. Honestly, we have a thing called green. So late clock, they start screaming green. I saw 3 seconds on the clock, and I just I shot it. That was super skill.
He works on that.
I do work on that. I don't know about that one, but I definitely work on some threes. The Grambling times were really bad today. How'd that affect your guys' play?
I mean, it really added a little bit of atmosphere, so it's kind of cool to have some more fans there. Hopefully we can continue to fill it up, but good on them for having some fans there for sure.
How nice is it to have a guy that's gotten the stretch really good this year? Your closer, it seems like I know that's
I mean, late game, he's a really good ball and hand guy. It's just nice to know like he's gonna make somebody up and get to the bucket. And when he does that, I just try offensive rebound.
You guys have extensive runs in the second half. For you guys,
I thought those guys that went out there at the 15-minute mark really played hard. They really played together. Clark came in, gave us a huge boost. That's the kind of kid who's in the gym every day shooting. And it was great to see him get a chance, and he played great.
Yeah.
They just they play together. These guys like college basketball. Like I tell our young guys, like is not easy. Like any Division I team is tough. Like they have seniors and juniors on their team that are experienced at winning. So anytime that comes into your building, you have to be ready to play. And those guys at that last 15-minute stretch did a great job of closing it out.
Why was the defense better in the second half?
I mean, honestly, just like we had a little bit more grit out there. Like we were just determined, like we wanted to win this game. We knew we had to win this game to get these opportunities we want in Palm Springs to matter. So just our determined and our doggedness.
more?
Josh, what are you working on defensively that maybe will allow you to stay on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I don't know if it's. You know, I don't really know. I think a lot of it is coverage, and we're working on that as a team. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of our biggest things defensively that we're working on. Still working on getting our coverages just right. In every single situation. Sometimes we do mess it up, where that be guard to guard, guard to big, but we're working on that every day in practice, and that's one of our aspects. I think is definitely gonna once we get right, it's gonna take this team to a different level.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.